Good morning. Well, I've only been walking for maybe 10-20 minutes since I got off the bus at Crowlink Bay, and I didn't go onto the harbour because you saw it yesterday, and now I'm just about 300 yards from Staines Castle, and I'm at these lovely people who are from Austria.
Yes.
And ladies first, your name is?
Doris.
Doris.
Yeah. I'm Reto. R-E-T-O.
Rito, that's
Because he's Swiss.
Oh, you're
Excellent.
Swiss.
Yeah.
Right. Are you Austrian?
Yeah, I'm Austrian and we live in Vienna.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I like Vienna. I've been there several
Me too.
times. Doris isn't a very, is it a local name? Is Doris popular in Austria?
In my age, yes.
Right,
In my generation,
I was going to say
popular.
yes,
Yeah.
it's
I'm named after Doris Day.
Ah, really?
Yeah, my mother loved her movies.
Oh, she died a few weeks ago, didn't she?
Yes, she did. She
Yes.
did, yeah.
So all this walking, where have you been then? Where are you walking around Britain, or are you just doing parts of Scotland?
Just some small hikes.
Yes.
2-3 hours. Now we went to, I don't know.
Stonehaven.
Stonehaven.
now.
Stonehaven,
Next
yeah.
Stonehaven,
I
yeah.
love Stonehaven. Did you go in the pub on the front at the harbour?
No, we will.
We will go to
We will.
Well, you go in there and there's a really beautiful barmaid who's got long hair. She looks like, do you remember Sandy Shaw? She's got the same hairstyle.
She's
They call
singing
her-
too.
they call her Olivier, and she is gorgeous. And if you see her, say, Jim said hello.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll
Yeah,
do.
because I stayed in Stonehaven for maybe 3 or 4 days, and she's a delightful girl, and she's a very fit girl. She's a cyclist and a walker, and she
okay.
knows this area backwards, and I can guarantee you can get a very good meal in there at very good prices.
good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And the beer's a bit cheaper than other pubs as well.
Yeah.
You can get a nice pint of Stella for £4, which is pretty good.
Oh, that's very good.
Yes. So where are you off to today then? What's your plans today?
It's just Stonehaven and the castle. We're looking this Dun whatever, Robin Castle, whatever.
Yeah,
One of
all the
those.
castles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately tomorrow we are going
You've
to
got to go.
Edinburgh and then we go back home.
Right. Have you
We
been?
were 3 weeks here.
Oh well, you've had a nice time
Yeah.
then. haven't you?
Yeah.
3 weeks is a good time.
It's a good time.
It's
And
a
we've
good
Mostly
been
we
to
were on the west coast, but
Yes.
it was always raining.
Oh, it was raining.
Well,
That
this
was
is
a
what
little
people
bit.
say.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
people tell me, the west coast is far nicer than the east
Yeah,
coast.
it is
Well,
beautiful.
I've walked all the way up from Berwick-on-Tweed, all the way through Edinburgh,
Yeah.
all the way
Wow.
through Aberdeen,
Wow.
and it's stunning. I mean, you get 1 or 2 dull days in terms of scenery and things, and sometimes there's 1 or 2 days which are a bit industrial.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it's lovely, especially the Fife coastal path,
Yeah, I see.
St Andrews, and that
Yeah, we
area.
go there
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's like just south of Dundee over the river, and you can walk across the river on the bridge as well.
We'll do that.
And it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's been absolutely lovely talking to you. I could stand here and talk to you all day.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
Very nice.
But you still have a long way to go.
I still have a long way to go. I mean, you get used to these distances. I've been doing some quite big ones, some like 18 miles, 19 miles, 20 miles. You know,
That's a lot, yeah.
it is. It's a little bit too much, really, to be honest.
But you can be happy it's not so steep here.
Well, yes, precisely. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not like
If you
doing
go to
the.
Switzerland,
well, yes. I mean, it's the same in the Cornwall. If you go to
Yeah.
Cornwall, if you go to the Pembrokeshire coastal path,
Yeah.
it's a different terrain. It's much hillier than this.
Okay.
But this is a nice gentle walk, and it suits me because I've done like 4,000 miles already. So to slow down a bit would be a good
Yeah.
yeah, enjoy it.
thing. You're absolutely lovely people, and it's been an absolute
Thank
pleasure
you.
meeting you.
Thank you
Same
very
to
much.
you.
And thank you very much indeed.
Everything good
Yeah.
to you and to your wife.
You keep it. Yes, thank you very much. Keep in touch with me. It'd be very.
Yes,
it'd be
we
very,
will.
be very
Have a
nice.
nice
to-
walk.
Thank you.
Best to your wife.
Thank you. Thank you very much
Yeah.
indeed. Lovely. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Here I am at a place called Crowlink, apparently, and I bumped into these wonderful people who are just out for their regular sort of Friday jaunt, and so you've picked a lovely walk. This is stunning, isn't it? It's absolutely great. Let me introduce them to you. This is
Janet,
Janet,
Cheryl.
Cheryl,
Pat,
Pat,
Leona.
Leon,
Colin.
Colin.
I'm Dave.
Dave.
And I'm Glenn.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you people out on the...
It's good to see you.
To be honest with you, you know, as time's gone by and you get into Brighton and Worthing and all these places, you can't identify walkers, and you know, unless they're carrying a backpack and poles and stuff, they just blend in with the rest. And so where I've been used to talking to lots of people, it's kind of dried up. I mean, funny enough, I've seen 2 or 3 this morning, but you know, it's, you know, obviously this is more like walkers' country, isn't it? It's not like walking along.
And you do see more on the downs than any others, because wherever we walk, we hardly ever see.
I mean,
anyone,
this
do
is very unpopulated.
Except
Normally, there's loads of people up here.
Yes.
It's during the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it another month and it'll be like that, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Over the weekend, it will be.
Yes, of course. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you all. I've given you all a card. If you check out Facebook, you can have a look at yourself and your little party and spread the word, if you will, please. I'd be obliged if you do that for me. Thank you very much indeed. Lovely to meet you. Thank you. Bye-bye. 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 I'm about halfway now between Borth and Aberystwyth, and I bumped into this gentleman called John. Now, he's on an adventure. Tell us about it, John.
Well, I'm walking from my home area, my roots in the Manchester area, round the coasts of the Irish Sea. That's the northwest of England, southern Scotland, across to Ireland, down the east coast of Ireland, across to Fishguard in southwest Wales, and on my way up round the shores of Cardigan Bay. Before you become gobsmacked at such a challenge, I must confess that I started in 2004.
Yes.
So I'm hoping to finish in a couple of years' time.
Right.
A lot of breaks, obviously, during the route round.
Yes, I could imagine. And so how many miles is that in total?
Now, that's a very good question. I'm estimating that with all the ins and outs, of the order of 1,500 to 2,000 miles.
Right, that's a big area then, isn't it? Wow. So how many times have you actually been across to Ireland then? Have you completed any of the stretches?
I've done the Irish,
done
basically from Belfast down through Dublin to the coastal port of Rosslare in County Wexford.
Yes.
I have had the pleasure of having lived in Ireland for a while. It's an area I'm very fond of, fond of the people and the geography of the place, the way of life, etc.
Right. So what made you think of doing something like that? That's I've never heard. That was quite unique.
Well, the inspiration was a guy you'll have heard of, I trust, called Michael Palin.
Yes.
Who went round the world in 80 days to polish up his television persona, but then also did a similar journey around. It was called Full Circle. It was around the Pacific Ocean.
Ah, right.
I thought really that was a bit too optimistic for me, so I took that as an inspiration, looked a bit nearer home, realised I had a lot of very happy memories around the shores, the coast of the Irish Sea, that I'd revisit those and obviously fill in a lot of gaps along the way.
Right, and if it's not too a personal question, how old are you then, John?
73.
73. Yeah, well, that's incredible. And how many miles a day would you have walked over those periods?
Well, I mean, obviously when I started I was in my late 50s, but I like to think that my range has not altered. I probably do between 10 and 15 miles a day.
Yes, that's more or less what I'm doing.
I seek to enjoy it. It's not something. I don't want to beat myself up or anything like that. It's all about the fun of it.
Well, exactly. This is the same with me. I've got the philosophy that around every corner you make somebody really interested, and you see something completely new.
That's true.
And you know, I've met some wonderful people on this walk that I would never have walked, never done before. And in the same way as I've been to Anglesey before, I've never been off the A55 until I walked around the thing. And it's then when you see the natural beauty of a place, when you've been on the coastal path walks.
And the wildlife comes to meet you as well. I don't know if you're interested in birds, but just the other side of the cream house there, I've been taking photographs of chough
Yes.
They say chuff are very rare in Wales, but I'm happy to say that whenever I come to the Welsh coast, I always seem to find them, or they find me. So,
Well, that's great. That's great. And I know there's an attraction here for the dolphins and things on this coast.
certainly lower down. Newquay is probably the area that's most famous for bottlenose dolphins and
Right.
porpoises, and there are boat trips from there. But
Right.
I think Cardigan Bay as a whole is a hot spot for marine mammals.
Right. Okay. And when you're doing this travelling, how do you manage your transport then? Are you doing more or less the same as me with the vehicle that you go A to B
Yes,
and that
yes.
kind of that's
Sometimes it's a day trip, as is today. Other times it's a short break.
yes.
But always, I'm looking to. I'm doing a linear walk, but at the end of the day, one has to usually get back to
Right.
where you started from. Certainly, if it's a day trip.
Okay.
And that can be fun as too. I particularly enjoy the use of public transport to do
Yes.
that. And in this area, the Cambrian Coast Railway line is a joy.
Absolutely.
As well.
And I mean, you'll know that you can't use your bus pass in this country, can't you?
You know, I've not got a bus pass.
You've not got a bus
No,
pass.
no,
Oh,
no.
blimey.
I do have a senior rail card.
Yes,
though.
yeah, I've got one of those. Well, the bus pass in England was great, but I know Scotland don't accept it either, and neither do Wales, apart from people from Chester for some reason.
Well, of course, it's the joys of devolution, isn't it? That
Yes.
I think Welsh bus passes are not accepted in Scotland, and there's all that sort of nonsense.
yes,
So
yes.
better not to have one at all.
So the last question then, how far are you off finishing this walk then, John?
Well, I think 2020 is a nice round number. I'll be 75 then, so
Yes. Hang up your boots.
you can almost see a lot of the route from here right round onto the Clay
Yes.
Peninsula. So, but yes, 2020 to finish that. But there are all sorts of other things
Right.
I enjoy doing with my walking capabilities. Long
Yeah.
may they remain.
Well, congratulations in advance.
Thank you very much.
It's been a great pleasure
Yes.
meeting you, John.
And-
That's a wonderful adventure.
Well, and for me it's a great pleasure to have met you, Jim, and I shall be logging on, not just to see how dreadful I look on camera, but just to see how you're getting on in the next few days.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed, John.
Okay,
Thank
pleasure.
you. Well, here I am at, where did you say I am again, please?
Kinnichuck Valley, Cape Cornwall.
Right, okay, and it's just after 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I bumped into these lovely ladies who are just out for a walk, I assume, and I assume you're all local ladies.
Yes.
Your name is
Kate.
Kate,
Valerie.
Valerie,
Sheila.
yes. And is this a regular kind of walk, the three of you going out for a stroll?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, or are you regulars on the coastal path doing a little
Yep.
more long distance kind of stuff or anything like
I
that?
have in the past.
But it's a bit of a tough walk, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've walked down from St Ives and then down to Zena.
Zena.
That was tough, but Zena yesterday to Pending, that was really tough. And,
Yeah.
and you keep seeing this signpost saying 7 miles kind of thing, but it was actually 13 because I walked up past the lighthouse, down to the tin works and back in.
Yeah.
And I was absolutely shattered by the end of it. I was in bed by 7:30 last night. You know, I was really tired, and it's not like me, but it was a really tough walk, you know, especially from after the day before.
I did walk from Land's End to Chester
To Chester, wow.
many years ago.
Really? Well, that's
All along the coast path and up Offa's Dyke,
so how far would that have been then?
about 500.
Yes, I was going to say.
But I was very young.
Offers Dyke is Chepstow to Prestatyn, isn't it?
yeah,
but
that's right.
that's a good one, isn't it? I want to do that one day because I did the coastal path of Wales, and that's 870 miles. And I've got to be honest with you, when I was crossing the Severn Bridge walking away, I was in tears. You know, the people are so fantastic. You know, really, and I had such a lovely time and met so many people on the Pembrokeshire coastal path.
Right.
And I really think that this North Cornwall southwest coastal path is much tougher than Pembrokeshire
Yeah.
one.
When I did it, there was no path actually in places.
Really?
It was before they'd actually done it.
Really?
So it was quite difficult in places.
Right. So have you walked from here to Land's End as a day walk then? Have you been that far?
Oh yes, I
Yeah, in
think
the
we've
past,
done
yeah.
most of the path
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
But every Monday morning we get together and
Just go out for a
have a
stroll.
walk. Yeah.
Catch up with each other.
Yeah.
And you've all been friends for years.
Yeah.
And that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really nice,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's right what we were saying about that view behind.
Yeah.
That is really idyllic,
Yeah.
isn't it? I'm going to have to get a special one of that.
It's
yeah.
the donkey meadows, and in spring it's full of daffodils.
Really?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet that's wonderful.
Really lovely.
Well, it's
And
been
have
a
you
real...
seen the
sorry.
chuffs? Have you
So-
seen the chuffs?
The
We've got
chuffs?
chuffs.
Oh, I
Chuffs,
yeah,
lad.
chuffs. Yeah, well, I'm a Yorkshire lad, you
I'm
know.
Lancashire.
You're, oh, well.
You know, the blackbirds with
Yes.
the red beaks and the
Yes,
red legs.
yes.
They're around and you'll hear them first.
Oh,
and then
wow.
you'll see them, and they're gaining in numbers.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
it's really good, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So anyway, thanks for stopping and chatting with me, and you can get on with your walk now.
And you enjoy the rest
it
of your
wasn't that
day.
bad. Well, it's not like going to the dentist, was it?
It's close. Very close. Very close.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
enjoy
Okay,
your
thank you very much indeed. Okay, bye-bye, ladies. So we're not too far now from Kovarak, and I've met these lovely people, and this is Helen and
Jakob.
Jakob, and so you're heading in the same place as me. Well, how far have you come today, Helen?
Only from what's it called?
Cadgwith Cove.
Oh yeah,
Cadgwith, not very far.
that's a very attractive little place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
I stopped for a cup of tea in the pub just as
yeah.
they opened at 12 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
And
That's always
within
lucky.
minutes it was full. You know, there was people
Yeah.
ordering food and all that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And I think all the Christmas attractions draws people there as well. But it's a nice place.
Yeah.
And so whereabouts are you both from then, Jakob? Are you?
Crediton, actually, in Devon,
Oh,
mid-Devon.
right.
So,
Yeah.
we've come a fair way.
We got up at 6:30 this morning to
Really?
get here, and then we had quite a long two bus journeys,
Yes.
and it's always a bit complicated getting to your starting point so that you can walk back. You know.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, as you would know.
Well, I've got a camper van, and so my basis is like driving from A to B,
Yeah.
and then getting the bus back from B to A.
That's always
and
the
then
tricky
walking.
bit. Yeah.
And that's the tricky bit. It can, and there's not many buses in this area.
No.
And I've been very lucky in being offered a lift tonight. So when I get there, all I've got to do is pick the phone up, and these people live in Lizard, and so they're going to take me back there, which
right.
saves me going all the way into Helston and then all the way back down again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm very, very lucky. So is walking, is it something that it's a keen hobby of yours, is it? You like this kind of thing?
Well, we started doing the coast path together, didn't we, years ago? And
Yes.
we've just been doing it bit by bit.
Right.
And we started in Dorset, so
Yeah.
we're sort of doing it backwards.
Right,
Because
well-
you're supposed to start in Minehead for some reason, aren't you, and finish in
Well,
Dorset. But we're
yes.
doing it
Yeah.
bit by bit, aren't we?
Yes.
And since you were shorter than me and I was carrying most of the stuff,
Right.
and you were the one struggling, and now it's all exactly the other way round.
Well, that's brilliant. Oh, well,
and
as
he's
long as-
driving us now as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Oh,
so-
well, that's even better still.
so
well,
yeah,
well done.
a lot's changed in the time we've been walking the path. It's really funny.
Yes. Well, what I did, I finished the Wales coastal path. I've walked down from Carlisle all the way down the
Oh,
coast
yeah,
right to Land's
amazing.
End. And when I got over the Severn Bridge, I skipped Devon and Somerset and Devon and moved on to the Cornwall one. And when I've got round to the bottom of Cornwall, to somewhere like Plymouth,
Yeah.
then I'm going to go and do those others. It's just that I wanted to take advantage of the wonderful Cornwall weather,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and that would allow me to carry on filming. And but it's very rugged, the North Cornwall. I don't know if you've ever tackled that, but
Not yet, no,
Yeah.
not walking, no.
it's a lot more difficult than this side. It's,
Yeah,
it's very
I would-
very rugged.
Yeah.
The first two sections from Welcome that take you down towards like Tintagel and Crackington
Right,
Haven.
I can imagine,
They're,
yes.
they're very, very tough, as are the ones from St Ives to Land's End.
Mm.
That's tough as well, and you know it really is a hard walk. And having walked 2,000 miles, I've got something to base my judgment on. But it was definitely, that section was definitely the most rugged.
Yeah, yeah.
Big challenge, mind you, but
Yeah,
beautiful scenery.
There's some. I mean, it's quite challenging in Dorset. It's almost sheer in places.
Yes.
But it's beautiful.
Yes.
And then the South Hams are
Yes.
quite interesting
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
aren't they? Then
Yeah.
you've got to figure out how to cross all the estuaries
That's right.
and
It's-
time it so that you're
Yeah.
there either at low tide or with the
That's
once
right.
a day ferry.
That's right.
It's
There's-
quite an art, and Jakob does all he basically organises the public transport side of things,
Right.
which is crucial, you know.
It
and,
is indeed, yes.
And
yeah.
usually works out.
Yeah.
We've had the
Oh,
odd
well,
adventure,
that's
but
well, yeah.
we've always got home in the end.
Well, yes, that's brilliant. Well, it's lovely to see
Yeah,
mother
have
and
you?
son walking together, and especially with respect, I don't see many sort of young
No,
men
yeah.
on here. Most of the people are sort of middle-aged like me, but it is very nice to see
Yeah.
young walkers. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's lovely.
Well, he's doing 10 tours as well, so this is
Yeah.
Oh,
this
really?
is a very gentle pace for you.
Yeah.
Well, not very, but you know, it's gentler than you're
Yeah.
carrying your how many kilos of stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
They have to carry. You know,
Yeah.
this is a bit easier for you.
Well,
whereas
it's all good. It's all good stuff.
it's
all
great,
good
yeah.
stuff. That's brilliant, and it's good for keeping you fit. Is walking.
Yeah,
I've lost
yeah.
2 stone since I started this.
Oh.
one. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Very nice to meet you
Yeah,
both.
and you.
Lovely.
Yes,
thank you
and
very
good
much
luck with
indeed.
the rest of it.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you. At the top of the this sort of hilly range that I've been walking along for quite some time now, and I've just bumped into Connor, who was walking in the opposite direction, and you've just come from Mackinac and heading your way sort of back again to where are you going to?
So I've walked from the Outer Centre
Yeah.
up to the top of Mac a bit further, and then I was walking back now. Just getting used to the area because I work at Outer Bound. Obviously, I ain't been here very long, so I'm just getting used to the local area and just.
Right, did I see that on the road as I came out of Abu Dhabi on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
That's the place, is
Yeah.
it? All right, okay. So what happens there then? You get children from all over the place? Or?
Yeah, we get children. We get like clients. We get school groups, corporate groups, and obviously do like outdoor activities. So mainly on the estuary over here.
Yes.
Obviously, shown in air, CADA do expeditions.
Yes.
Currently, we're in some skills for life courses for young adults, teenagers, and young adults.
Right.
Which are basically like 2-week courses and do basic development skills and stuff.
That's very interesting. So it's almost like the old kind of Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award kind of thing, as it used to be. Is that a similar kind of thing where there's lots of different activities?
Yeah. So we're an outdoor centre, so we run that and we run residentials. So yeah, it is basically we do stuff like DV and stuff and that, but we're doing more like educational stuff as well, which is
right. Oh well, I suppose it's very rewarding as well, and you'll have some fun along the way and meet some very interesting people, I guess.
Oh yeah. Really cool. Yeah, I've met some cool people already, so it's pretty
brilliant. You've got a Birmingham accent, are you?
Yeah.
Right, you're from Birmingham.
Yeah, so I'm from Warsaw, so it's just north of Birmingham.
Warsaw, yeah, I know that well. I used to live in Birmingham, sort of the north part, Erdington and that way on.
Oh,
so it's not so far away from you.
Yeah.
Well, it's been lovely meeting you, Connie. You're the first walker I've met for a while, actually. I've walked all the way down the coast from this west coast from Carlisle, and I think once I'm over this River Dovey, it's pretty well plain sailing down the Pembroke coast then, isn't it, really? So, this is the last sort of big hurdle, really, where you've got to cut inland, 10 miles and then 10 miles out again, which is a bit of a shame when you can see where you want to be and you've got to go all the way around.
Yeah.
But that happens now and again. Yeah. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
For yourself.
Thank you very much. Bye now. So here I am at St Albans Head, and this is, sorry?
I'm Paul.
Paul
I'm Lou.
And Lou. And where are you from, Paul?
We from Gloucestershire, but we live and work in Dorset for the summer on a campsite.
Oh, really?
So, absolutely.
Which campsite's that then?
At the back of Beyond, just out of Ringwood.
Oh, right. Okay, that's not so far away,
so
is it?
not far at all.
Oh, have you got hookup and all that stuff?
So yeah, we live in a caravan on site. We got hookup, and that's our life for 8 months of the year.
And then back to the Cotswolds for 4 months.
Well, very nice. And so you obviously you don't wander too far, but you come to sort of have a look at Dorset in general then.
Absolutely, yeah.
What draws people here?
Absolutely. I was last on this spot when I was 16 years old, I think. So it's almost 40 years since I was last here.
Right.
So, yeah.
Has it changed?
No, not at all.
No, it's amazing, isn't it? I speak to a lot of people who say, "Oh, we've been here. It's a year since we've been here, and it hasn't changed." And I find that quite incredible. On this walk, I've gone through several places that I've been before on various walks, and they look exactly the same as well.
Yeah. I guess the National Trust do a really good job of sort of maintaining and preserving the landscape on the coast.
I agree with you entirely. And so, do you walk any other bigger walks or anything over the past? I mean, you're obviously walkers as such.
No, we just walking up. I walked the majority of the Cotswold Way many years ago.
Yes.
But no, we're just out. We'll do sort of 10-12 miles a day maybe, and just enjoy the coast and being where we are.
It takes us a long time because we like photography as well, don't we?
Yes.
So
yeah.
It takes us twice
I'm
as
a bit the same with this. I mean, I'm taking about 200 sort of shots a day, 12-second, 15-second pans.
Yeah.
You know, when you add it all up, it takes a good
it's
hour and a
very
half out of
time-consuming.
your
It
day.
is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's part of the pleasure, though. I think.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's been great meeting you. I know
And
it's the
you,
second time
likewise.
we've spoken, but yeah, it's lovely to meet you, and I hope you keep in touch.
We will do, and
We will.
good luck on the rest of your journey.
Cheers now. Thank you very much indeed.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Right, well, I've just dropped in at the Royal Hotel in Thornick Bay.
Rumsick Bay. Rumsick.
Okay. I've just popped in at the Royal Hotel at Runsick Bay, and this is the chief barmaid. So
Hi.
tell us something about the pub and
Okay. Well, it's a lovely pub. Got the beautiful view and the sea and lovely wine and really good food. Really reasonable and definitely worth a stop.
Excellent. How long have you been here?
A week.
do you think?
I highly recommend it.
Do you think you'll like it then?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And these are your regular customers, I assume.
I work here.
Oh, you?
chef.
That's the chef, hello.
That's the chef.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, honestly, I've been here a week and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great season and really good. Simon, the guy that owns it, is brilliant, and all the people that work here, it's friendly, lively, cosy, you name it, it's best.
Do you get many walkers calling in?
No, but we want some. We do want some.
Right,
Yeah, we,
okay.
we love a bit of chat about where you've been.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. You didn't give me a name after all of that.
Oh, Sarah.
Sarah. Well, it's been very I'm very pleased to meet you, Sarah.
Yeah,
and
glad
thank
you got around all right.
Thanks for making a nice cup of tea.
That's
It's the
a
first
pleasure.
pub in I've been in for years where I've had a cup of tea.
Oh,
Cheers.
no, I like beverages, not just wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Halfway up this steep hill here, I've left Lulworth about 2 miles ago, and I've bumped into Tobias, who says I can call him Toby. So, Toby, what's it all about? Where are you going?
I'm going just along the southwest coast path, and probably just to Exmouth,
Yes.
and then taking a train to Cambridge. But yeah.
All right. Well, that's a bit of an adventure. And you're German. Whereabouts are you from in Germany?
From the middle of Germany.
Yes.
So it's called North Thuringia.
Yes.
But there are no big cities around, so it's
Right.
kind of hard to
It's,
explain.
quite a rural sort of area. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's good. Well, is this your first time here walking?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What do you think so far?
It's very beautiful. So the weather's quite nice.
Yes.
So just I think the first day I walked there was a bit of rain, but
Yes.
except that everything was nice, sunny. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's really good. Well, I hope you enjoy yourself, Toby.
Thank you.
You look a young, fit lad. I'm sure you'll get a long way.
Yeah, I hope so.
I know it's a bit misty now, but I think it's only early yet. By 10 o'clock, the sun will be out. I'm quite sure. But it's been lovely meeting you, and the best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay,
You too.
thank you. I'm not that far from Westwood Hill. I think I've done maybe a couple of miles, and I've met Pete, who's out for a morning stroll. Are you a local person, Pete?
Yeah, Bideford, yes.
Oh, from Bideford.
Yeah, not too far from Westwood Hill.
I was there the other day, yesterday and the day before, and it's a nice little place, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is, yeah.
I mean, the traffic must have been horrendous before they built that bridge.
Yeah, it was, yeah, coming across the old bridge.
Yeah, I mean, that old bridge.
Yeah, especially on like a Friday afternoon or something, you get a queue of about half a mile to get across the old bridge.
Well, it was like that then, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe I just hit it at a busy time. But it was certainly busy, but it's a thriving little place, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I'm quite, I always find something good about a place. Now, I just like the feel of it all.
Yeah, it's all lovely around here. The
It
walks
is.
are fantastic, it's...
Yeah. Have you always lived round this way then?
And since about 1972.
Right.
I met a Bideford girl, and
All
then
right.
we decided to stay in Bideford. I was from Coventry originally.
From Coventry?
Yeah.
That's one of my old stumping grounds, that in the Midlands,
Is it? Oh, yeah.
But lovely. No, I mean, it started a bit chilly this morning, but I think it's going to warm up a
it's
bit
all right.
now.
Yeah, I started off with my pullover on, but that's in my bag now.
Yes, yes. I've got my shorts in the back. So
you're all right.
I got them on the other day, and it said that kind of sea rock came in. Oh, it was the day before yesterday.
Yeah, that's
and it was bright and sunny when I left Barnstaple, but it was like freezing point by the time I got to.
It was reading 2 degrees in my car this morning when I come out.
2 degrees, yeah. I know it's cold in the van last night.
A little bit of frost, yeah.
But it's a good sign, really, because at least, it's starting to settle into a pattern now. I think we've got rid of all these big storms now.
Well, I haven't seen the long-range forecast at the moment. I'm just hoping it'll stay dry because the track's dry now. But,
absolutely.
It's been, some places have been like a swamp, for
absolutely
up till about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But from what I can see, most of it's dry now.
Yeah, fabulous. It's a lovely walk, isn't it? Beautiful scenery. Okay, very nice to meet you, Pete. Then
nice to see you, and I'll look at this, or the wife will, she'll get it out, and we'll see what we can see on it.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Bye then.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Yeah, have a good walk.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers then.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.